Hello, welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a while. But there's been a lot going on, as always. Keep getting sick. I keep getting sick, I keep getting better. I keep getting sick, I keep getting better. I keep having things happening, I keep getting better. Things get better, things get bad. I just can't keep up with my own life. We have a black screen right now. So it is not your video, it is mine. So we're trying to set it up and get it going the best of my ability. Before we start, I wanted to say welcome and welcome back, everybody. For those of you who don't know who I am KilCity Kitty. Normally I'm a roleplay streamer. We are a horror-themed roleplay streamer, but I haven't been on camera, so the role-playing part has taken a break for now until I figure out what's going on with my health. And for those of you who do know who I am, you already know what's going on. And I'm sure you're just glad to see me back. So, hello again. I'm trying to get this video going, but it's not working in my favor. As always, we always have technical difficulties, which I am working on right now. But we'll get the show rolling in just a second. I'm trying to capture. Oh, maybe it's because it's minimized. That's probably the reason. So there's always something with these things. Yeah, that's not working. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to open a new freaking window because... but I just opened a window. There it is. I don't know why. I have to, like, restart everything for some reason. Whenever I go offline for a while and I come back, I have to restart it all. It's annoying. But we're getting going. Here we are. Today we are going to be playing a game that we're going to find on the website itch.io. If you don't know what itch.io is, it's a website full of many horror or different types of indie games, whether it be horror or something else. I have a few on a list that I wanted to play, and I'm going to try to hurry up and pull that up. And not my profile. These are games I've already played. I'm also trying to find a game that looks good, that isn't explicit, because there's a lot of that on these games. That's weird. Try this one. The Manor. Hopefully it's not explicit. I don't think so, but yeah, there's been a few times where I try to play games and I was looking and browsing, and I know this website has a lot of adult type games that we'll not mention that I end up accidentally clicking on thinking that it was something else, and we're not going to have that happen again. So this one's called The Manor. I guess I have to download it first. While this game is downloading, feel free to say hello in the chat. Even if you're not here to stay, if you're just passing through and visiting, by all means, please. Please. in the wrong... First of all. I'm on the wrong thing. Let's see. Alright, I'm waiting for the game to download and I was going to open my Kik account, but I don't think I can have Kik and... That's okay. I have to log into Twitch. Entering passwords. Give me a second. We're going as fast as we can. Oh boy. I think I'm good. There it be. Ah, shit. I'm not logged in. Of course not. Trying to get the game ready so I can... So we're not staring at a black screen. I'm gonna keep talking though, so that way you know it's not a blank screen. I'm sorry. I try to get this stuff done before I go live, but it never... I was also trying to get a game... I had a game in mind that I was planning to play, but it didn't want to work, so... We're shit out of luck there. But, here we go. 14 clicks a day. Alright, here we go. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's play the fucking game that I had to download first in order to play. That's crazy. I wish that... I mean, itch.io is one of those websites where you could actually... You could also play, in the browser too, but I don't always get that option with some of the games. So a lot of them you have to download and get it going first, which is kind of annoying, but reasonable. I just wish it didn't take so long for it to load. I want to put something on the screen. I'm gonna move this over here. Here we go. Where's the game? Where's the game? Where's the game? It's not starting for some reason. Hello, game, start, please. Is it loading? Is that what's happening? There it is. Okay, all I'm seeing is a black screen. The game's loading, but I just see a black screen, so you're going to see a black screen with me. You do see my cursor, so it is loading. At least you see something. Oh, this game is called The Manor. Load. Load. I don't know why, but it's taking its sweet ass time loading. I hope it's not broken. The screen turned white. For you guys. I'm still looking at a black screen. You guys see a white screen. It's saying it's not responding. F. Alright, I guess I have to start it again. The game crashed. It keeps. I'll fix this. the other game to work, so we're gonna play a different game. This one's called Interrogation. It's available on Steam. And yeah, here we go. Okay, can you hear me? As long as everybody can hear me. You're gonna hear my voice echo for a second. Just doing a sound check. Okay, can you hear me? As long as everybody can hear me. You're gonna hear my voice echo for a second. Apparently my voice isn't loud enough. Just doing a sound check. Okay, can you hear me? As long as everybody can hear me. You're gonna hear my voice echo for a second. Apparently my voice isn't loud enough. I have the volume up all the way. Hold on. Apparently my voice isn't loud enough. I have the volume up all the way. Hold on. Yeti microphone, where are you? I have the volume up all the way. Oh, for some reason my microphone drops levels for some reason. I don't know why. But that should be fine. But now my voice should be alright. I'm sorry for the echoing. For some reason my microphone drops levels. Let's see if this works. If this is it. I'm sorry for the echoing. Okay, there we go. Now you can hear me. So yeah, this game's called Interrogation. It's on Steam. I don't know anything about it. It says you will be deceived. And I'll change that later. But anywho's us. Let's go back live. Refresh this page. Refresh this page. There we go. Just making sure everything's up and running. Sound check. Just making sure everything's up and running. Okay. Now that we have the game going. So, visual novel, detective mode, interrogation, challenge. Explore the story. Moderately difficult conversational gameplay with detective thoughts and tips. And an increased campaign budget. Expect some uncanny confessions. Where key decisions on ethics, approach, and management remain in your hands, while conversational gameplay is replaced by guided sequential dialogue. I'm gonna try detective mode first. A few years ago, Welcome. This will be the first drill session of the investigative interview and interrogation techniques course. We'll be bringing in the subject. They're a trained actor, but they can't read tonight. They're a trained actor, but should be fully in character for the duration of the interview. I'm considered invisible and inaudible by the actor, but I'll be guiding you along. Before any interrogation, the first thing to do is to consult the subject's file. This should give you vital insights into the case, helping you to identify what information or confession needs to be extracted. Police Department Form 300, APDV, for internal use only. Supervisal approval. DSG ASG code Anderson Lucas 1185-309. GNGA number 1282KG912LSNV1. Location of occurrence, see narrative. Victim's name, see narrative. Incident, bicycle theft. Incident narrative. Douglas Bird is played by an actor as per the instructor's directions. Treat the actor the same as you would a real subject. Mr. Bird, despite coming from well-off parents, has taken to bike theft. We have plenty of circumstantial evidence because none of it is direct. However, we need to leverage all the leads in order to get a full confession. Okay, we got the picture of the bike. Subject, Bird Douglas, blue eyes, age 26, complexion fair, weight 123 pounds, height 5'8", charge theft. IGID 99Z999Z99, hair length long, hair color dark brown, suspect bio. Douglas Bird is our main subject, suspect for several bicycle thefts at a local university campus. Several eyewitnesses confirmed his description. We also have CCTV footage of showing a masked figure matching the subject's description, jumping on an unsupervised bicycle and riding off fast. He is currently listed as unemployed, living in a rented apartment paid by his parents. His criminal record is clean, but he is known to be friends with several narcotics abusers, as well as a roommate who is a suspected marijuana dealer. Ooh, marijuana is bad, guy. Got pictures of dude. I'm assuming this is the same guy or his friends, whoever. When you're done checking the files, you can bring in the subject. Careful though, now is not the case. But when it will be a time-sensitive situation, this is when the clock starts ticking. Bring him in. So why did you steal the bikes, Douglas? Let's talk about your writing a confession. We both know you did it. Come on. So the first things first, let's just try and straight up ask him, why are we interrogating people over a bike? You can check the accusation question every now and then to get a sense of whether you're close to a confession. Can't click on that. So why'd you steal the bikes, Douglas? They say with a smirk, huh? I ain't steal no bikes. Brosev. The fuck? Who talks like that? Right, so that surprisingly didn't work. We need to get the subject in the right state of mind to give us answers. So how do we do that? We have the following tools which we can use to see what the state the subject is in. This shows us how open the subject is by looking at pupil dilation, corroborated with fuel, with a few other signals. The wider the pupils are, the more open the subject is. This meter tells us how scared the subject is by measuring pulse as well as other bodily symptoms. The quicker the heart rate, the more scared the subject is. Now you can influence these meters in all sorts of ways, but from building a personal connection to exploiting their background, from cornering them in contradictions to roughing them up. Let's try to build a connection first. Be careful. Some questions will annihilate the subject instead of bringing them closer. Other questions will seem disingenuous if they're approached too suddenly. You'll probably want to start off as soft as possible. Oh, hell Christ. Okay. So, our options: error. Says in your file, your folks are loaded. What's the matter? They cut you off? Says in your file, your folks are loaded. You steal for fun? Hey, living's expensive, I know. I used to crack payphones when I was a teen. Can't believe they have me chasing bikes. Why can't people just lock them up properly? Okay. Well, he's wealthy. His parents pay his rent, so there's really no excuse to steal bikes. Is he bored? You steal for fun? They state slowly. Fuck you, man. No. That forced him even more on a defensive right now. We're looking to open him up. Whoops. Okay. They shake their heads in disbelief. Fucking doubt it. He's not buying it yet. Try opening up yourself when questioning the subject. Then try this one again. Okay, I would be a shitty cop. Can't believe they have me chasing bikes. They seem to muse. It's fucking stupid, man. Waste of tax-paying money and all that. Okay, good. You seem more authentic. Now get closer to the subject. They already said this one, right? Hey, living's expensive. I know. I used to cry. Okay. Word, that's thug. Okay. Okay, we have him opening up some. Good. That is why the meter now shows a wider circle than in the beginning. Now let's see how we could try to scare him. You want to intimidate, but don't jump too big. Threats right off the bat. Okay. Don't be afraid to ask a question more than once. Asking again, the subject is a different state with new information on the table can yield new results. If we don't have a deal and you're found guilty, it's an absolute prison time. But I can only give you a deal if you plead guilty. Did the drugs make you do it? You know how many months you do for bike theft? Hey, you're tough. You'll be fine in prison, I'm sure. They slate Timothy. Nah, man, nah. I ain't worried about that. Okay, there are signs of fear. We're onto something. Hey man, you're tough. I'm pretty sure you'll be fine in prison. They avoid your gaze. What? You don't do time for snatching bikes, do you? My dad works for a senator. I'll be fine. Sometimes the talks reveal new information that you can further pursue. Oh, you think the senator will risk his career for the sake of a bike-snatching kid? Really? Probably not. Shit. There we go. We're getting there. Now let put him in a good place to negotiate. They seem concerned. If we don't have a deal, you're found guilty. It's absolute prison time, but I can only give you a deal if you plead guilty. They seem concerned, but like, I mean, what would a deal be like? Okay, we got him. As you can see, his pulse is much faster right now. Okay, now this is off the record, but I want you to know your options. At any time, you can stop the recorder, tracking your questioning. Okay.
This is a reminder. Drink water. This is a reminder. Drink water.
Alexa reminding me to drink. Alexa, stop. This will make people suspicious. The public will ask what happened when the recording was stopped. You'll be accused, but ultimately it's your own word against theirs. In a pinch, though, it's something to consider. You have means of enhancing an interrogation that can get a subject scared faster. Try a couple out. The actor will just pretend to be hurt. Taser. Over a bike? They groan in pain, giving you a scared look. Say it to my face. Doing this closes them off, but as you can see, now they're terrified. Beware that if you continue roughing them up, they might pass out. Start the recorder again, and you're done. Sometimes you'll be interrogating against the clock. When that's the case, keep your eyes on the timer. Sometimes you'll be interrogating more than one guy. Switch between rooms and be sure to cross-reference into info they give you. Anyways, you'll get to keep your manual after you finish the academy. It's great for refreshing your memory about what you learned today. Okay, now to wrap this up. You're ready to get a confession with the accusation question. Did the drugs make you do it? There's no need to revise those. He's all set to respond to the accusation question. Oh, okay. Let's talk about writing you a confession. They seem concerned. What? Nah. What would like that involve though? We've almost got him. We just have to press him the right way. There are ways in which you press an open subject and other ways in which you press a terrified subject, like this one. Listen, you lowlife, sign this damn confession right now, and maybe we can keep your dumb ass out of jail. Look, you'll be fine. We'll help you compensate the victims, make things right. Ready to sign a confession? Nah, it wasn't me, man, nah. He doesn't seem to empathize with that. You might need something harder. Alright, listen, you lowlife. Fuck, man, shit, okay, alright, I'll sign. Mission accomplished. Why are we, a bike? We're interrogating and threatening prison time over bikes. Report the findings. Years later. Chief Anderson. Hey, I need you to come in on a case. Fisher's brought in a set of guys. They are in the interrogation rooms. Hey, we have Vic's husband, the only witness, and the robber that broke in. Sure thing. So the story is this Cox broke in armed with a low-cal piece, holding this Peterson up and tying him to a chair. Wife comes in, jumps for the phone. Cox drops her with 2 shots to the back before bolting. We have the gun, no prints. Mordecai? Miss Peterson was as cool as a cucumber. His wife's body just lying there in the other room. Managed to track down and also grab Cox. Street contacts helped. But we still don't have a clear picture of the murder. Check out the files. Grill them cross-examination. Get me a confession. You have this. We're gonna rough and stuff and fuck them up. Alright, hold on a minute. We're doing this one day at a time. Here we go. Police Department, Farm 300, APDV. Supervisor approval. Anderson Lucas. Location of occurrence, 57 Santa Monica Avenue. Victim's name, Heather Peterson. Incident, burglary, breaking in and entering, and homicide. Incident narrative. Heather Peterson was murdered in her living room in front of her husband, Daryl Peterson. He was found tied down in a chair in the same room. He claims the burglar broke in and, armed with a low-caliber gun, threatened him, tied him up, and subsequently shot Miss Peterson as she tried to use her cell phone. Using the description provided, a tip from the local pawn shop, we managed to track down the burglar, one Jerry Munch Cox, and apprehended him. The gun was found outside the building near the fire escape. The thief used to enter and leave the premises. The evidence of the burglary is clear, but we still don't have a full picture of the murder, which Munch strongly denies committing. What complicates things is Mr. Daryl Peterson's attitude. The first detective on the scene described him as disturbingly serene. Our best hope of closing the case fast and clean is an admission of guilt. Munch and Peterson have both been held for questioning. You have been tasked with extracting confession. I can't read today. What the hell? So we got the murder photo, or homicide photo, crime scene photo. That's what I meant to say. Jerry Cox, eyes brown, 26 of age, complexion fair, 200 pounds, 5'9". Charge, breaking and entering, and burglary. Hair short, hair color brunette, suspect bio. Jerry Cox, alias Munch, has been identified as the burglar who broke into the Petersons' apartment the night of the murder. His criminal record is quite colorful and includes card theft, pickpocketing, burglary, and credit card fraud. Munch is well known in the local police as a troublemaker. He is the main suspect and has been directly accused of tying down the couple and shooting the wife, possibly impulsively under stress when she reached for her phone. While circumstantial evidence and the husband's testimonies points to Munch as the murderer, it is not sufficient for a conviction. He does not have a past record of violent crime of any sort. Munch has previously taken plea bargains and can perhaps be pressured into doing so again. So we got the photo of the dude. Looks like a casual photo and him hanging out with the homies. Then you got Peterson, Daryl Peterson, the husband. Eyes brown, age 41. Complexion clear. I don't know what that means. Does he have a transparent or translucent complexion? Weight 150 pounds, 5'5". Charge unknown. Hair length short, hair color dark blonde. Suspect bio. Daryl Peterson is the husband of the victim. Although we usually avoid involving family members of the recently deceased in an investigation, he is the sole witness of the murder and as such, a key asset. He has voluntarily agreed to be interviewed. Peterson's reports so far have been accurate and led to the arrest of the burglar, the main suspect for the murder, Jerry Munchcox. However, the police officers of the first unit at the scene reported Peterson displaying unusual calm and composure. This is a suspicious degree of detachment for someone emerging from such traumatic and stressful situations. This raises some concerns, yet Peterson has a clean record and there is no evidence that points to any wrongdoing on his part. Well, if you pay attention to real-life crime, when it comes to people involving situations that have to do with grief, everybody grieves differently. Keep that in mind. So, with an open mind and a clear head, I know this is just a game, but just in case they included that little factor, everybody grieves differently and handles death and whatever differently. Bring him in. Let's talk about yourself, Mr. Cox. Let's talk about the burglary. Let's talk about the murders of Miss Peterson. Jerry, be honest with me. Who killed Miss Peterson? Who do we pick? Let's talk about yourself, Mr. Cox. They state calmly. No need to mister me around, Chief. You can call me Munch. Okay? Are you from the city? A tinge of a smile shows the corner of her eyes. Born and raised in this piss hole. Yeah, I like the stink of it now. You know? So he's calm. This is not your first crime, is it? They try to control their anger. Why you want to send me to prison for the old ones again? I guess that one didn't work. You've already been convicted once and did your time. Why do it again? They state with anger in their eyes. I was put in the box for car theft, Chief. I didn't do that again. So I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm just clicking things now. I understand your difficulties, but a woman was murdered at this time. Help me get to the bottom of this. They state resolutely, sure, I'll help you. I didn't do it. Case closed. Smart ass, eh? We got a wise ass, mister. Okay. Why'd you return to being a thief after serving time? As I said, cause no one is gonna hire me with a record, and you know that. Ugh. This is why you should have stayed in school, Munch. They shake their head. Shit. Yeah, just enlighten my path, boss. Jeez. New hint available. Request hints. It just said new hint was available. Lame. Alright, let's change the topic. Do you have any friends or family? They state in sadness seeping through their voice. Don't you drag him into this, but I've got a cousin. He's probably worried about me. Very well, if you write down his phone number or address, we'll make sure he knows you're safe. They state with a tinge of disbelief in their voice. Thanks, Chief, but I'd rather he didn't get into trouble looking for me. Just leave him out of this, okay? Okay. Where do you work? We already know that question. Answer that question. Let's talk about yourself more. They state with a sigh. Just tell me what you want to know and let's get this over with. So your past crimes. They state visibly annoyed. Again with this, what else do you want to know about them? Are you or have you been part of any criminal group or gang? What made you turn to crime? They state making clear pauses between each statement. What do you want, Chief? A sob story? It's pretty easy. I wanted to eat and I didn't have food. Others had food, or TVs. TVs that you can sell for food. Any crime needs to have a motive, means an opportunity. Try to explore these subjects with the suspect. Let's talk about the burglary. They state defensively. Again with this, what more do you want to know? At one point, did you run away? Where are you aware these people were inside? Did you choose a specific house? What did you take? Just some useless small trees. And it was the only thing around. I don't get what the big deal is. I thought you said you didn't do it. Oh, he didn't do the murder, but he did steal. Okay, that's a start. Let me come back to him. Did that just... So let's talk about yourself, Daryl. They stay at a low volume. I don't know if this is the best time to get acquainted, but ask away. What you went through can be very traumatic. Do you have any family to help you get through this times? The first few hours must have been hard. How are you handling the loss? You have to move on, don't we? Interesting. We are doing the best we can to make sure the culprit will be put behind bars, but I need your help to do that. My reports say you were surprisingly calm when the police found you. Do you care a little about your wife's death? How dare you? I was in shock, and I wanted to be as helpful as possible, so I was trying to keep my cool and be useful. As I said, loss is difficult. Let me know if you start feeling bad. What you went through can be very traumatic. No, and I do not think this is in any way relevant to your investigation. Just drop the fake pleasantries. They disgust me. Well, why are you being so hostile about me showing empathy towards your wife? Suspicious. Okay, let's change the topic. I have some questions about your wife. What about her? Does she get along with her colleagues at work? Any neighbors she wasn't good terms with? How were things in your marriage? I guess it's a valid thing to say. That's quite personal. When you've been married for 7 years, things get complicated. My file does not say, but do you have any children? Then take a pen and write in your file. No, we had other things to occupy ourselves with. Do you think anyone would hate her enough to plan on harming her? Plan? what are you saying? That it was planned? Burglars usually abandon their attempts if there are people at home. This one didn't. I'm wondering why he would be so stupid. And the burglar had a rope and a loaded gun and an escape plan. All of that for to steal a few bonsai trees? Unlikely. Who said anything about the burglar? We kept an open subject list. If that is the procedure, but I saw him with my own eyes, isn't that enough? So there is nobody who you would think would plan on harming her. No, not really. Any of the neighbors we're good terms with? I don't know. We didn't talk too much with our neighbors, and she wasn't very sociable. How does this help you put that bastard behind bars? Did she get along with her colleagues at work? The understatement with a tinge of a smile on her face. What? Do you think that fat burglar could be a hitman? In this economy, I guess skills aren't what matter anyways. That's a weird thing to say. What were you and your wife doing that night before it all happened? They spit out words with venom in their eyes. Being robbed by a burglar you and your fellow policemen didn't catch in time. I said before it all happened, not after. What the hell? So I ask again, could anyone have thought that you intended to leave the house where the door is locked and the lights on? Yes, the doors were locked and the lights were on in the living room. It's so troubling to be attacked in the safety of your home behind locked doors. I'm very sorry, Mr. Peterson. All we can do now is make sure the bastard gets what he deserves. I hope he hangs. So I ask again, can anyone maybe thought to leave the house? What? How do you know that? We were supposed to go out for dinner, but we stayed at home instead. My wife canceled. We go out every Friday usually. And why didn't you leave anymore? We got into an argument, a big enough one to keep us at home. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Was there anyone else in the house? Quite obviously, I don't see the point in this question. That's just precaution. So what did you say you were doing the night it happened? Fighting, as I told you. We were supposed to go out for dinner, but she came home from work late. I was annoyed by this. It started with a few ironic jabs, but it quickly escalated and we argued for an hour, I think. Okay, guy, you're starting to sound like you're the murderer, dude. So are you sure there was nobody else in the house? It was just the two of you? Yes, I'm quite sure. I would like to know some more details about the incident's timeline. Okay, what do you want to know? Did you hear the burglar coming into the house? When or where did you first see him? Where were you and your wife when you first saw him? That's a good question, actually. We were in the living room. Is this relevant to the investigation? Why did he tie you down? I guess he was scared I would try to fight him off. Did he also wanted to tie your wife? Yes. He was telling her to sit down when she started towards the phone. That's when he shot her. Did you hear the burglar coming in? No, not really. We were arguing quite loudly. I wonder, where did you first see him? When he entered the living room. At what point did the burglar pull out the gun? He had his gun out when he burst it in. How did you react when you saw the gun? I put my hands up, of course. I told him that he could take whatever he wanted as long as he didn't hurt us. So you say he also wanted to tell you. How did you say? Let's go back a bit to the timeline. How did you say you reacted when you saw the gun? As I said, we both put our hands up and tried to calm the situation. Did you provoke him in any way to threaten him and somehow? What are you talking about? He was the one threatening me. He took us by surprise. I didn't have time to grab my gun. You said you own a gun. You are not registered as a gun owner. The state's legislation doesn't say I need to register, but I bought it at a gun fair anyway. What about it? Why did you not report this sooner? It's quite devious. You would hide such a thing. Why didn't you try to use the gun as self-defense? No, you couldn't. He said he couldn't get it in time. I didn't think I had to. I didn't report the numbers of shoes I own either. Alright, let's go back to the guy. Let's go back to my guy. Hello, Black. For some reason, I can't see the chat. It's not even telling me when people are chatting. That sucks. Glad to see you. If you're still here, have a good night. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you for coming. The sound alert didn't work for some reason, though. I don't think it's on. Anyway, for those of you who are here watching, I hope you're enjoying the game so far, and if you are interested in what other games we'll play in the future, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. You don't have to, though. You can also say hello. Hello and welcome to all of you. And I hope you're having a good weekend, good Monday, not snowed in, and a nice night. Now let's get back to the game. Okay. Husband said he had a gun. Dude had a gun in his hand when he walked in. He didn't... At one point, did you run away? As soon as I figured out they were home, I jumped back out and down the fire escape ladder. I wasn't inside for more than, I don't know, 5 minutes. Husband says that he walked in with a gun. This guy says he left the second he realized they were home. What did you say you took? Told you, just a few small trees and some pots. They ain't even worth that much. Were you aware there were people inside? How could I know about that? I didn't have cameras in people's toilets like you boys do. But he said they were arguing, right? So wouldn't he have heard them arguing? Oh, there we go. But did you hear that they were fighting about? What do you think I am, man? The CIA? You tell me what they were fighting about. I got my ass out of there as soon as I noticed somebody was in the house. I believe him. I'll believe him. No violent history. This guy has a lot of solo pictures, you know that? I'm just noticing. There's no picture of him and his wife. Well, maybe the police did that on purpose. They breathe heavy and look startled and displeased. Just gonna rough him up a little bit. Then why did you take the risk if you didn't know where people were inside? Yeah, why? I wouldn't. I didn't do it. Again, why take the risk if I'm finding somebody inside? But they were home. Did you see them? Again, did you hear what they were fighting about? I bolted back down the ladder before I could see anyone. Munch, we know you stole things. You didn't just run away. Come on, work with me here. I seemed annoyed. Ah, shit. Yeah, fine. The bedroom was empty, so I jumped in. So if they weren't in the bedroom, when did you notice them? After I jumped in, I heard voices inside the apartment somewhere. It sounded like they were fighting or something. In the bedroom. He said they were in the living room when you noticed him. Bedroom was empty. When did you notice them? As soon as he heard voices. But he still stole shit. Why did you choose this specific house? I didn't choose it for nothing, Chief. I didn't do it. Whatever it is that you want to pin on me. Were you aware that the couple was supposed to leave their house at night? Were the lights on or off? So the fire escape ladder was already down? Yeah, it was. Do I look like a circus acrobat to you? Were the lights on or off? I wouldn't go in if the lights were on. Mr. Peterson said the lights were on. Come on, man, don't start with these things. Why do you think I would enter the house and put people in it? Oh, we found our first contradiction. Again, Mr. Peterson said the lights were on. And he didn't see any lights. Huh. Let's go back. Let's talk some more about your gun. I don't understand why you care so much about that. As I said, I keep it so that I can stop scum from hurting me or my family. Why didn't you try to use the gun in self-defense? I couldn't reach it in time. I was even waiting for an opportunity to test my aim, filth like that. So you were prepared for such an event? Seeing how dangerous the city is nowadays, criminals running loose while the police were forced to corrupt To do anything about it, you have to be ready to take matters into your own hands. No offense. I understand your concerns, but most people don't have stomach to shoot. Most people do not wish they had an opportunity to test their aim. That is true. Your voice quivers in anger. Then there would be less piece of trash walking the streets. If most people would be willing to stand up, the streets would be so much safer. Quite harsh views you have, Mr. Peterson. Do you really think this burglar deserves to die? Hell yes, with some people there is no alternative. You would have to take things into your own hands and get it tough. Only way this world will ever be a better place is if the honest people stand up with force if necessary. Vigilante justice, you think that's the solution? There's so much filth out there, and the system that's supposed to clean it is just as dirty. If honest people like you and me don't take action, the filth will drown us all. It is the only solution. Just you and me? That won't change much, don't you think? There's many of us out there who think this. We found each other online, like-minded people, willing to take up responsibility to do the right thing. We? What are you talking about? A political platform? No. Politics is their game. If we play by their rules and we lose because it's rigged, it's a rigged game. We need to short-circuit the whole system, shake the entire establishment. That takes the coordinated effort, though. How will that happen? There's this group I was talking about. We mostly meet online, forums, boards, chat rooms. It's a great tool to organize ourselves, plan things out. What sort of plans are you talking about? I don't know for sure. I don't have the rights to chat room where things are organized, but it will certainly be big. Why don't you have access to this chat room? You need to show some commitment beforehand and be part of the group for a while. I asked for access, and I'm sure I'll get it soon. Who has access then? The chat rooms are anonymous, of course. We know each other by IDs, mostly veterans, people who have been involved for a long time. They assign a mentor to new people. Mine is Horn Bunny 49. Silly name, I know. What needs to be discussed in such secrecy? I don't know for sure, but it's a place where they assign actual tasks and set up meetings. Things are picking up recently. It's all very exciting to be part of Liberation Front. The Liberation Front, that's this group's name. They slate blankly. No one voted on it or anything. It's just what we call it. Daryl has expressed extreme violent views, and he will also admit he was arguing with his wife. Finding out what the relationship he has with his wife would give us a clear motive. I've heard enough. If you want some links to the forums, I'll give them to you when we're done here. You do have quite extreme views, Mr. Peterson, I must say. You keep on saying extreme. I keep on saying this is only a reasonable perspective only any man could have. So what did you say you were doing when it happened? I told you, we were fighting, and that's why we didn't go out as planned. Mr. Cox says the lights were off. Are you lying? Mr. Cox says the lights were off, but they're probably confused by their lies. Dumb thieves are dumb. Okay. Huh. more questions about your wife. What did your wife think about these online friends of yours? The same thing she thought about everything I did. She didn't approve. I told her it was nothing, just some friends. Wasn't a big deal, but she wouldn't let it go. So you and your wife argued often. She blamed you for getting fired? Yes. She was relentless about it, mostly blamed me for it. Wouldn't believe me that my boss was a bastard that he had it in for me. Women like her always think they know everything. I assume you were fighting over this the night of the break-in as well, right? Actually, yes. That's what started it that night as well. It was a few common things for us. It must have been frustrating for you, her constant pestering. Now it's time to stop the bullshitting me, Peterson. I don't want to talk about her or my feelings enough. You don't want to talk about her? She was murdered. Alright, let's go back to the other guy. Shit, okay. Have you heard about the Liberation Front? Let's talk about the murder of Miss Peterson. And as I told the officer that arrested me, I know nothing about that. We found the husband tied down. He claims that you did it. What? That lying shit lump. Do you think I carry a rope around just in case? Nah, I'm not into that sobriety stuff. The woman was shot in the back in cold blood. And you think I did that? Come on, be reasonable. If I was a guns blazing motherfucker, wouldn't I at least take their TV or something on the way out? Maybe you panicked and pulled the trigger accidentally. Mr. Cox, you had no reason to care about these people. Are you going to... Don't waste my time. What trigger? Panicked by what? You ain't pinning this on me, no matter how hard you try. Okay, so you got conflicting stories. The husband speaks very violently. It's so clearly obvious that the husband did it, but I'm not finding questions or clicks that are gonna let me do that. So where do we go from here? I think this guy is innocent. I don't think he did it. I think the husband definitely did it. But games like this could trick you and you could be wrong. But the more I read, the more I question, the more my true crime watching mind thinks of scenarios. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure the husband did it. I would not. So what do I do? Did you happen to see anybody else in the house or around the house when you were there? I didn't see anyone. The street was empty and I ran away as soon as I heard the voices inside. The gunshot that Miss Peterson was found near the fire escape ladder you used. Someone must have dropped it or something. I told you, I know nothing about the murder. Have you ever owned a gun? I didn't touch them, Chief. Wouldn't a gun be useful in a robbery? Yeah, and it would add 10 years to your sentence. Fuck that, not worth it. Have you heard about the Liberation Front? Is that a gang or something? No, never heard of them. Must be new. Wait, this dude has a... hold on. I thought it was the illustration, but this guy has a mark on his cheek. Alright, I'm going to... What's his heart rate? A rough indication of how relaxed your subject is. A rough indication of how relaxed your subject is. A wider aperture means they're opened up more to you. He's not really... I know where this is going. Regardless of what you believe I did, Chief, you got nothing on me because I didn't kill nobody. He doesn't want to talk about his past crimes. Alright, I don't think I can ask him anything right now. So I need to rely on what this guy says now. He has a gun. This dude does not. He says it's not worth it. So I'm going to turn the recorder off. I'm going to grab him. No. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Shit. I did not mean to do that. Alright, so... Munch claims he does not own a gun, and there is no evidence of him tying you. Well, he's clearly lying, or perhaps he stole mine. I keep it in the bedroom. Oh, we're going somewhere. Okay, so that does matter. So you saw him come into the... Wait a second, no, that's a contradiction. Because if they were arguing in the living room, and he saw him come into the living room, maybe he saw the gun? So maybe it was his own gun that was pointing at him? But he doesn't claim... Huh. Keep it in the bedroom. Let me go back to this guy. He took plants. People inside. When did you notice them? The bedroom was empty. He came in through the fire escape into the bedroom. He keeps the gun in the bedroom. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. I get in trouble. Why did you choose a specific house? There's nothing special about it. Mr. Peterson says the lights were on. He didn't see any lights. What did you use to break the window? What? I didn't break no window. It was wide open. Your tricks don't work on me, Chief. I'm too smart for that. Okay. I have to go back to the husband. did he say he tied you down? I said I don't know. Maybe he was scared I'd fight him. When did he say he pulled out the gun? As I said, he already had it in his hand when he entered the room. He didn't hear the burglar come into the house. What are you insinuating? That I killed her? To try to put me behind bars just because I said I believe scum like that burglars should stop walking the planet? How did you jump from that to me killing my own wife? Because your questions and your answers are suspicious. But I don't have any more questions to ask because they're all the same. Let me see. Let me have some more questions about your wife. Let's talk more about your marriage. I'd rather not, but I do not think I have a choice. The argument you had the night of the attack, was that common in your relationship? Or so do I? I understand that you and your wife had frequent disagreements lately. What are you? A couple of therapists? She just knew what buttons to push to start an argument, that's all. Well, there's no point in denying it, although I don't think it's any of your business. Yes, we were arguing, and we did a lot of arguing lately. So what? About the frequent disagreements between you and your wife, any other details you feel you have left out? I'm stumped. Because nothing else is popping up. Maybe I can... You already answered these questions. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to ask. Anybody have any suggestions? You ain't getting no confession out of me, fucking monster, because you ain't the man you're looking for. I ain't the man you're looking for. Did you know the Petersons before the event? Look, the only Peterson I know sells groceries back in my neighborhood, so no, I don't know the Petersons, never did, and I don't even know what they look like. Oh. Okay, that's a clue. If he doesn't even know what they look like, how the fuck did he tie him up? Let alone point a gun at them. You feel threatened by them. I'm sure they're nice people, but I haven't seen them, spoke to them, or even sent them a text. That's a long way of saying no. Let's talk some more about the gun. I'm going to repeat myself. Someone must have dropped the gun. It wasn't me. You say the weapon isn't yours, that you were the only one at the scene. That doesn't add up. Chief, ask anyone. Go search my house. Do whatever you want. I never had a gun. I don't even know how to use one. Anyone could have dropped it there. Again, did you see anybody else in the house? No. Okay, he didn't do it. I understand you got fired from your last job. The job hunt must be frustrating. I hope you find one soon. Where did you used to work? Carpenter by trade. I used to work at the Hewing Clot. I don't even know if I said that right. So your wife was the primary earner. Well, yes, if you want to put it like that. She was quite proud of it too. Rubbed it in my face with each opportunity she had. Why did you get fired? The corrupt asshole there wanted to hire cheaper labor, immigrants and such. They didn't care I had been working there for 6 years. All they care about is their own bottom line, these global corporations. Where did you say you used to work? As I said, I was a carpenter. You sure you need help? As I said, no, but thank you. Do you plan on joining a support group? The Neighborhood Watch is the only group I plan on joining. Make sure I put that gun of mine to good use. Will you help any friends? Will you approach any friends for help? The only thing I need help with is giving this fucked up world a little shake. Make it a place in which scum don't get wrecked. Don't get to wreck the lives of good people. From what you're saying, it seems like you believe very strongly in justice. Yes, I believe this world we live in needs a bit of a change. The evidence we have now is not enough for a conviction. I am telling you this so that you understand why it is very important for you to collaborate. We will put the killer behind bars. You can trust me. That is why this world is falling to pieces. Criminals get to walk free because the system is rigged in their favor. I think I already asked that one. About the frequent disagreements between you and your wife, any details you might have left out. Yes, many fights started with her criticizing me, especially about not having a job. She blamed me for it constantly, as if the current state of the job market did not matter one bit. lot lately. Jeez, I don't know, dude. I'm not really unlocking anything else. He already told me what he took. We already talked about his crimes. He doesn't know anything about this. And he's completely closed himself out to me. Goodness. I don't know, dude. Let's see. Let's take a break real quick. Alright, let's see if we could solve this murder. Or at least this case. Oh my gosh, what? So we talked to the husband quite a bit. Husband opened up a lot. Blah blah blah. The burglar isn't talking. He's closed himself off. The lights had been on. Wait, he said they were off. As I said, I wouldn't have gone. Oh, no, never mind. I read that wrong. He didn't break the windows. No, how could I have known that? Do you think I stalked him or what? Mr. Peterson says the lights are on. Told you already, I didn't see any lights. He picked the house because the lights were off. He didn't break any windows. He had no idea that people were trying to leave that night. Let's hear the electric truth. They're out in pain, insisting they're innocent. Who killed Miss Peterson? I really don't know. I never saw the woman. Wait, she wasn't there? Hold on, wait. He didn't see her. He just heard her. Husband claims he tied him down. Someone must have dropped the gun. He's never owned a gun. How can you tell that the gun is not yours? I don't know, man. What about the whole innocent until proven guilty? Ask anyway. Go research my house. Do whatever you want. I never had a gun. I don't even know how to use one. Okay. Shit, man. So I'm gonna... The marks from this will be visible for several days. God damn, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, I deserved her respect, and she refused to give it to me. Any man in my position would feel the same. She was vicious, relentless. I couldn't have any peace and quiet. So that is why you seem so composed about the situation. You actually hated her. How would you feel in my shoes, huh? I'm not happy she's dead, but she made my life miserable. At least now I'll have some peace and quiet. Okay. That's an interesting thing to say, sir. Okay. Oh, I can't do anything else. There was this other thing. Oh, no. Never mind. Well, he's either lying or he stole mine from the bedroom. Huh. When did you say he pulled out the gun? He already had it in his hand when he entered the room. And where were you when you first saw him? In the living room. Why did you say he tied you down? I said I don't know. Maybe he was scared I'd fight him. So you say he also wanted to tie her down? As I said, yes, and he shot her for not complying. Am I missing something? Daryl owned a gun, has confessed he hated his wife, and has expressed extremist views. You should confront him about all of this. Alright. How? Who killed your wife? To me, it's clear you have no love for your wife. You resented her. I would go as far as to say you hate her. I did hate her, yes. I hated her arrogance. I hated her friends. I hated her fucking bonsai trees. I hated the disrespect she had for me, but that doesn't mean I would have hurt her. And even more, that night you had an argument and you also saw a huge opportunity to blame the murder on a burglar you spotted coming in, right? What? How? I mean... Well, we're on to something. Okay. And even more that night you had an argument, so you also saw a huge opportunity to blame the murder on someone that night. No, I just said that. You've made it quite clear you see violence as a solution, Peterson. You talk with your friends online about it. You had the means and the motives to do it. If you believe in justice, as you say, confess. Listen, Peterson, I have you on record saying that you hated your wife, that you planned dangerous activities online. If you don't confess, I'll make sure you are convicted for terrorist intent and you rot in prison for the rest of your life. Oh, music stopped. She should have treated me with more respect. She deserved it. And so does my stupid boss, and so do many others. If we don't take things into our own hands, nothing will ever change. I thought you understood that too. Well, you're under arrest, sir. We solved the case. I knew he did it. I fucking knew he did it. Guilty. Guilty. Alright. Interrogation successful. With the confession secured, Daryl Peterson will be going to jail for a long time. What is this Liberation Front business, though? Good work in there. I have something important I need to discuss with you. Before that, I need you to finish up the press release we're putting out about this case. Help them with wording. Or whatever. I just can't speak English tonight. Then come see me. And here's the paperwork. Jeez. Being a cop is hard. Alright. The investigation involving the murder of Heather Peterson was concluded today, which resulted in the arrest of Daryl Peterson, 41, and Jerry Cox, 26. All evidence pertaining to the case has been directed to the relevant authorities, with the full cooperation and counsel of the STPD, prosecutor counselor. And their cases will be taken to criminal court. Daryl Peterson, blank, confessed to the murder. Oh, wait, hold on. Am I supposed to fill in the blanks? They will be treated the following judicial procedure, and their cases will be taken to criminal court. Daryl Peterson, not initially a suspect, confessed to the murder during questioning, although he initially attempted to hide his involvement by staging a violent robbery. Evidence found that the scene contradicted parts of his description of the event. The police will be advancing charges of voluntary manslaughter due to the confession of I can't read. Due to the confession, the manslaughter charges against Jerry Cox has been dropped, and he will only face prosecution for breaking and entering and theft. His involvement in the creating the circumstances for the murder to happen will be investigated further. Bing. Typewriter. Come in for a second. I've been reviewing your interrogation tapes. I thought it'd be best not to record hurting the suspects. I had some technical problems. I had no idea why there'd be gaps. I had some technical problems. Well, that's not what Peterson's saying. He's telling people you heard him. Any accusations they make about being hurt become more credible when there are gaps in the recording. Be dead careful about that. That's all. Okay. I won't rough him up and stuff him. Alright, pick an old memory. Speed demon, profiler, intimidating presence, known pacifist, scholar of ideology. Intimidate precious. There we go. This Liberation Front business you got out of Peterson, it seems to be pretty serious stuff. They've been claiming more and more hits and seems to be behind things like assaults on politicians. They appear to be expanding their operation, Chief Fly, in our city. So, I talked it over with the powers that be, and we've decided you're the best person for the job. You'll be heading up a small unit to combat these guys. We are pulling some of the best people from other departments to work with you. Not gonna lie, this unit will mean all eyes will be on you. Try and keep everyone happy. But most importantly, stop these bastards. Rest up. See you tomorrow. Sweet. Congratulations on your new assignment, detective. Let me introduce some people. Some of the people you'll be working with. This is Tab Thompson, analysis extraordinaire. I look forward to addressing the threat of the Liberation Front with you, detective. And this is Jennifer Ray's Organized Crime Department's best. Delighted, detective. Mordecai Fisher, who we pulled from homicide, will also be helping you out in the field. I'll leave it to you. We got one guy and two women solving crimes. Yeah. Okay. Shall we head out and talk some shop over at Hannigan's? Hannigan sounds great. Oh, it's a triple date. Okay. So, can I pause? Can I save? I don't think it has an autosave. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, it has an autosave feature. So we're gonna stop here because it's late and I'm getting tired. But so far the game's interesting and we'll continue this. I'm gonna come back online tomorrow night when I have more time. It's like 12:30 in the morning. And it's been 2 hours. So, with that shit, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. We solved our first case, and so far this game is interesting. And if you're interested in playing this game, it is available on Steam, and I'm pretty sure it's free, if I believe correctly. So yeah, as always, stay safe, healthy. Stay safe and healthy. Hopefully you guys are having a great, wonderful week. If I don't see you, enjoy your Tuesday, and have a great weekend. Let's get ready for spring. And if you're snowed in, I am sorry. Hopefully you get snowed out soon, because I'm over it just as much as you. And if you are new to the channel and you want to see future videos, streams, and any other things that we're doing in this KilCity Queendom, please, by all means, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch. Give us a like, and come back again soon. As always, happy to see you. Happy to be here, and have a good night, you guys. Thank you for coming. Bye now.